Welcome, welcome, welcome to Figure Four TV. My wrestling friends, we gonna have ourselves a good old show tonight. And I got my guy, Red Carpet Ring, with me, formerly known. We are formerly known as the IWC World's Tag Team Champions. What's going on, Red Carpet?
I'm good. I'm good. Figure four. I'm good, man. We are 1 week away from Bad Blood. Also, the 25th anniversary of the original Bad Blood started in 1997. It's just crazy how we didn't have Bad Blood for so many years, and now it has finally returned as a PLE for WWE. So I'm glad it's back. I'm really glad it's back, and I'm here to talk about it. I'm glad to discuss more about the history of Bad Blood. And salute to the chat, by the way. Red Carpet Rain, we in the house. You know where we at. Um, you guys get the likes of us. You come in. We about to do
Facts,
our spin
guys.
on this one.
As KD say, we are talking about WWE Bad Blood, originally styled, guys, as Bad Blood with two D's. And then they just took off one of the D's. All right, guys? Understand. This event, like KDA said, was originally held October 1997 when the promotion was still the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. So they started this one back when it was WWF before WWE came into light. And the first event was held as the 18th In Your House pay-per-view event. Remember, guys, the In Your House pay-per-view events, that house show was a show that WWE incorporated into their schedule so that they could get some extra dollars and not have to wait to their big four pay-per-views. Remember the big four pay-per-views? KDH, remind them of the big four pay-per-views.
Well, they really call it the Big Five, but Big Four is Royal Rumble. The original is Royal Rumble, January, February. Then you have WrestleMania, of course, the big show of the year. Then you have the most biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam. And then you have the Survivor Series in November. And then also recently, the past several years, some people have said Money Bank is the Big Five, is the most recent event as well.
Absolutely, guys. And some history on Bad Blood. I mean, some history on In Your House. That original show, WWE, they themed it after selling a house, guys. That whole show is themed around WWE giving away a house, and that's where we get our historical In Your House set. You know what I mean? That set that you see, and I love it. I love the In Your House. I loved all the In Your House pay-per-views. You know what I mean? Some of them was but for the price, because remember these shows was not the same. The regular pay-per-views, the big four, those was $50, $55. These shows was like 15, 25. So you got a chance to get like a real good, because you got to remember how the landscape of wrestling was back then. We didn't get how we get today. A Monday Night Raw today will be considered a in your house event with the star power that's used on a Monday night, on any given Monday or Friday for that matter, SmackDown. Back in the days, it wasn't like that. Our weekly shows, like our SmackDowns and Raw, back in the golden era, consisted of a star, whether he was face or heel, coming out there beating up on an enhancement talent, showing all his moves on an enhancement talent, getting his finisher off, mocking the crowd, then leaving. And we had a card full of those type matches, those style matches. So we rarely got a guy that was good versus a guy that was as equally as good. We didn't have that on our regular cards. So that's how good In Your House was equivalent to nowadays. Anything you want to add to that?
Also in your house as well. It's a couple of firsts. I don't know if I want to go too soon into this, but it was the first ever, um, with the bad blood history. But also, I want to say in your house, the last one that we remember, NXT actually had in your house back in
Mm.
2020. They're the last one to actually use the in your house theme. For you guys that didn't know that, it was lastly used at NXT Takeover. It was actually NXT Takeover back in 2020, but unfortunately you couldn't attend it because it was during the COVID era.
Absolutely. And you know what's crazy about that? I think that now that NXT is where it's at, I think it's a better fit that NXT keep the In Your House
Yeah, they should
brand.
return it to NXT. They should return it because it is perfect. NXT has the roster for it more than ever. You know, it really will help propel that brand.
Right. So, guys, getting back to why we here, Bad Blood. So, Bad Blood was created. Remember, Bad Blood was the name of the pay per view In Your House. And that was created October 97. Bad Blood now took a break. It took a break, but it returned June 2020, 2003. And that's when it replaced, on that calendar year, 2003, it replaced King of the Ring. All right, guys? And for the next 2 years, on the calendar year, it replaced King of the Ring. Then in '05, it replaced One Night Stand. And it also replaced Vengeance the following year. So that's just a little bit of history on Bad Blood. So as far as Bad Blood, we only had 3 Bad Bloods, and today we're going to talk about all three. What made that? What made those 3 feuds vital that we put them into the Hell in the Cell, guys. So y'all sit back and prepare, because that's what we're gonna do today. Anything you want to add, TBK?
Yeah, for Bad Blood, I always notice the theme of Bad Blood is always not just blood, but hell in a cell matches. That's like the theme of that whole pay per view or PLE now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we know that currently this is the feud. This is the big feud. This is what everybody wants to see. But the feud started, guys, like we said, back in 1997, where Shawn Michaels faced off against The Undertaker, guys. Understand that. And this feud culminated from, so earlier that year, at the, what was that, SummerSlam? Was that SummerSlam when they had the
Yep,
fight and Shawn
yep,
Michaels was the guest referee, or what was it? 'Cause it was Bret Hart. Bret
yes,
Hart.
yes.
I
That's
know
the
this was
match.
the feud with the Bret and the Shawn, and I know
Yep.
one. The next pay per view is, if I'm not mistaken, the Screwjob.
Well, actually, it's not the next one. I believe they had like they had a ground zero in your house. Um,
Okay.
that was in '97 too. That was in September. It was the only time they ever did ground zero, and I believe the match that did happen. I think the main match of that event of that whole pay per view. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker had a no contest match. That was the main event of that. So that was exactly a month after SummerSlam.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, what led to them? getting placed in the cell.
Okay, remember it was a number one contendership match for the WWF Championship, but it was that same match I just mentioned. It ended in a double disqualification. So to settle it, it would be the first ever Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood. Because if you remember, you said it earlier already. Survivor Series, the screw job, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. What championship was that for? The WWE Championship. That was the number one contendership, the match that HBK Undertaker had at Bad Blood in '97. That was also for a number one contendership match, I believe. And that's how Shawn Michaels went on to Survivor Series to face Bret Hart.
You're right. You're absolutely 100% right. And Shawn Michaels walked into this match as the European champion, and he walked out as number one contender.
Yep, yep. So it's pretty definitely a storybook.
Now, one of the biggest things I take away from this match, one of the biggest things is this fall right here. And guys, keep in mind, this is before Mankind took it up another level. So this was the first time we seen somebody fall off the cage. 1997. You know what I mean? This was as close to being thrown off the cage as we thought we were going to see.
I think it's what 15 foot or 20 foot. Yeah, 20 feet there. Yeah.
Man, this right here was, man, listen, me and my little brother, we played the VHS tape until it popped. We played this over and over and over and over. And it was a hell of a match. They told a hell of a story, guys.
Definitely did, definitely did. And then remember them times too, that stuff was not really, proof. It wasn't really ground proof. The cell, all that stuff wasn't proof like it is today. So he was really risking it. You could think about Shawn Michaels, Mankind, Shane McMahon, Rikishi. All them guys risked their lives. I mean, that the
Great point.
cell wait compared to today. Compared to today, the cell is not like it is now. The ground, everything, because Owen Hart's, his passing away really made them to be cautious of how they, make sure they everything was proofed before they had the match.
Absolutely, absolutely on point. Now another takeaway from this match right here, guys. You cannot mention Hell in a Cell, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, 1997, without mentioning the introduction of Kane, guys. Kane. Now, what did you think about Kane? Like seeing Kane for the first time, watching this pay-per-view right here, this Bad Blood pay-per-view right here, and seeing Kane. It's Kane, it's Kane.
I didn't know who that was. I was like, oh my god, who is that guy? He's big. He's a monster, literally a monster, and he just tombstone Undertaker like it was nothing. I didn't. That's first time I saw Undertaker really dominated like that.
Manhandled. He
Man,
was
I mean, really manhandled
manhandled.
with not with little to no effort too. It wasn't no struggle. It was like he did it quick. I'm like, normally guys, it take a while if he even gets to him. And I mean, you think about the big guys he went against before Kane, Yokozuna, Kevin Nash or Diesel, and then Johnny Gonzalez and King Kong Bundy. Them guys didn't do none of the work compared to what Kane had did in his debut match.
Absolutely 100. And guys, I want y'all to keep in mind too, we this is what we do here. Although we on WWE TV saw Kane meet the Undertaker for the first time in this pay-per-view, it was not the first time these guys saw each other, guys. In Smoky Mountain Wrestling, when Undertaker was doing his tour over there, after he got rid of New Jack, after he wrapped up New Jack for Chris Smothers, if I'm not mistaken, it was Undertaker and Chris Smothers against the New Jack against the Gangsters. He made a stop and he fought the Unabomber, formerly known as Kane. We know him as Kane, but he was the Unabomber under Corny, Jim Cornette's promotion, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, back in 1995, 2 years before he made his appearance as the Monster King, guys. Just a little side note. TBK, you want to add anything to this feud, the first feud, before we keep it moving and get to the next feud?
Yeah. Undertaker original name was Kane the Undertaker, so that's how they came with the Kane the storyline brother. That was really Undertaker's original name. It wasn't the Undertaker, it was Kane the Undertaker. So they just took the Kane part out, of his original name and made a character within itself. Great creativity that they did with that.
Very, very good creativity. And you got to give it to Vince. You got to give it to Vince. Now, let's move it right along because, like we said, the pay per view moniker Bad Blood, it took a break. It took a hiatus from 97 up until 2003, guys, where we saw Triple H face off with his brother Kevin Nash. And this was Bad Blood too. I want y'all to see the theme with the Bad Blood moniker and the Hell in the Cell, how it ties into some really vicious feuds. That's why it's only right that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre end their feud, because I know we about tired of that feud, in a Hell in the Cell. So now I'm going to definitely need Turnbuckle King, Red Carpet Ring to break this one down for us, because this one was, and I finally saw the match, TBK. I saw the match, and I want to
So the
say,
match,
before you break it down, I want to say, in my opinion, this is one of the best matches Kevin Nash ever had in WWE. This is a
yeah,
match is
yeah,
under, and
I
nobody
was,
talks about this match, but this was a very good
hmm
match for this guy.
yeah, it was. And I like how Nick Foley was special guest referee too, so that really added some more to the match.
Definitely added a twist because this would be after Nick Foley took his falls from the Hell in a Cell cage. So who better than to be in there adding more value to the match than Mick Foley? But take
Well,
us away.
I'll
Take it.
I'll get to that. Okay. Um, we know that off camera, Triple H and Kevin Nash were part of the clique, backstage politicking guys of himself, Triple H, Kevin Nash, Shawn Michaels, X Pac, Razor Ramon. We know the whole curtain call. Nash and Hall went to WCW. Then with the buyout in 2001, they came back. Now we know Hall and Nash were part of NWO. Hall was released a year later. Kevin Nash had a quad injury as a part of NWO by in a tag match while walking. The joke that they make to this day. So Kevin Nash returns after 9 months of an injury. This is during the middle of the Shawn Michaels Triple H feud, and since those are his real life friends, you know, he saw them fighting and he returned and he got in the middle of the ring and him and Triple H just had a stare down. And Triple H walked out the ring with Ric Flair. Kevin Nash stood in the ring, looked at Shawn Michaels trying to help him up. And then they had a promo on Raw. Triple H, I'm sorry, and Kevin Nash were talking. He said, "It's good to see you, man. It's been a while." They hugged each other, everything, And Triple H told Kevin Nash straight up, "Hey, you know, just letting you know this feud is not over between me and Shawn Michaels. I can't stand Shawn Michaels. I'd rather slap Shawn. I think he said they'd rather shake his hand." Kevin Nash said, "Why does it have to be like that? Can't we all get along?" Why? And then Shawn Michaels came out. It was yelling, screaming. Kevin Nash got in between. He said, "What's going on here? Why can't we all get along? Can't we just get along?" And Triple H said, "No, we can't get along, Kevin Nash. I don't like Shawn Michaels," and Shawn Michaels said, "I don't like him." And then Triple H gave Kevin Nash the ultimatum. He said, "Look, Kevin Nash, I know this is a tough spot for you right now. I know you just came back. This is how the cards are laid. You either pick me to be on my side, Triple H, the game, with Evolution. This is the Evolution Triple H. If you're with me, we're unstoppable. We can shut it down. We can take over the world. You know, but if you choose Shawn Michaels, however, you will be part of the world I'm against. And then he told Triple H. I mean, Triple H told Kevin Nash as well. While you do get on my side, he let him know straight up, you will be one step behind me. I'm the general. I'm the world champion. It's only fitting. I call the shots. You will be with me, but I'm going to run the show, not you. And then Kevin Nash gave him a look like, what you mean I'm be behind you? He said, I'll call the shots. And then he told Kevin Nash, you got some time. It's either me or Shawn Michaels. And then he gave Kevin Nash some good points. He said, I'm going to let you think about this too, Kevin Nash. The most success you had in your career, the most success I had in my career. Is when we walked away from Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash kind of stared at Shawn Michaels and announced, like, that's a good point. So, and I believe,
Amazing storytelling, man.
hmm
Amazing storytelling comes behind these Hell in the Cell matches and feuds, yo. Because this is that story is equally as amazing with all the twists and the turns as this story that's over a bracelet. Literally, the story is over a bracelet. Wow, man. Wow. So what man? All right, so now break down the match. How do we get to the match to where we get Mick Foley, we get Triple H, and we get Kevin Nash in the Hell in the Cell?
well, if you remember, Kevin Nash and Triple H, they had a match at Judgment Day back in May. It was for the World Heavyweight Championship. But Triple H, he won the match. Well, he didn't win the match. He actually, it was a disqualification. So Kevin Nash won a match, but championship can't change hands due to DQ. This is
Right.
when Triple H was using a sledgehammer. He was attacking all the referees in the match. And if you remember, and that was a good match too, yesterday, Kevin Nash and Triple H. Not a bad match either. This is where Kevin Nash did the jackknife powerball over the announce table on Triple H. So he beat Triple H up bad. He did give it to Triple H, but see Triple H got DQ. So Stone Cold, the general manager at the time, he said, okay. He was asking referees around. He told Triple H, Triple H, you use the sledgehammer to retain your title. I understand you're a champ, you gotta do what you gotta do, but you're Stone Cold, of course, from former world champion himself. He said, this is what we gonna do. This is getting crazy because him and Kevin Nash kept having a brawl out or brawl, whatever. We gonna we it's gonna he Stone Cold announced it will be Bad Blood Hell in a Cell match. But here's the key: he asked all the referees, I think it was Tim White, Earl Hebner, who's gonna referee this match? And ref said, we're not doing that. We're not refereeing no match by him. He just knocked out all these referees in the last match with the sledgehammer. And this guy, we took this ref out and that ref out. No referee wanted to referee that match. And then Stone Cold, Eric Bischoff, Coach Jim's like, what we gonna do about Bad Blood? We need a referee. Nobody wants to referee a Triple H championship match. And then Stone Cold made the announcement. I found the one person sick enough, crazy enough to referee this match. That's how Mick Foley was introduced as special guest referee. You know, so and
Okay.
yeah. Well, at first Triple H, when he heard about it, he said, Mick Foley, uh, I recommend you bow out or be a referee because if you don't, I'm going to beat you up. And Mick Foley said, I don't care. If you want to beat me up, beat me up. Him and Triple H had a brawl. And Mick Foley was giving it to Triple H at first. Then Triple H got a steel chair. He hit him on Raw. And he gave him a pedigree on top. He gave him a pedigree. And when Triple H walked out the ring, Mick Foley got up and he counted 1, 2, 3. And Triple H said, okay, you want to get up like that? Let me give you another pedigree. And he pedigreed him. He was down. Kevin Nash came out. They brawl went out. And Kevin Nash jackknifed Triple H to the ground. He pinned him, and Mick Foley counted 1, 2, 3, saying, "Hey, if I could beat him now, I should beat him in Hell in a Cell." That's the setup for the Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood, and that's how we got that match.
Man, that was great storytelling. And what's your take on the match? What's your take on that match?
I think it was a great story because if you look at it, like I said earlier, Kevin Nash had the other match won, but Triple H, had a disqualification. Had it not been DQ, Kevin Nash probably could have beat Triple H and become world champion. So it's only fair if he got a second shot at it. But this was better because this was ending, and I said this before, Hell in a Cell ends the feud. And we knew that when that Hell in a Cell came with those two, that feud was over. And I think, like you said, Kevin Nash put on one of his best performances. He didn't botch or anything. Him and Triple H, it was a very good offense from both ends, actually. It really is not one dominating the other. It's just Triple H, he comes up at the end and he dominates. As you see, he hit Mick Foley with with the chair and everything. But it was a good match between Nash and Triple H. It was a very solid match.
Very solid match. And like you said, like we pointed out, they had very great chemistry together. These guys got very good chemistry together. And was this the whole quad incident? We
That
didn't touch.
was I did. That's how he was
Okay.
out for 9 months. That's how he was out
Okay.
for 9 months. That was when he's a part of NWO. Um, that's when he's a part of NWO. I think he may have had problems with it again. I'm trying to remember because Kevin Nash wasn't around much longer after '03. '04 he was gone.
Okay.
I don't know if he got released or it was, I can't remember go back that far. But this was the last full year we saw Kevin Nash in WWE until like 2011 or something like that. So um, I don't know if Kevin Nash got released because remember this is right before Kevin Nash went. He went TNA. I think a couple years later he went TNA. So I think this might. I think he was a summer. I know he's a SummerSlam of that year. He's a part of that. That Elimination Chamber match. I remember that. But I don't think. I think that was the last match of Kevin Nash. I think that was the last one. A singles
Was
match. I mean,
was he caught up in that? Was this after the plane ride from hell? Was he caught up in that whole plane ride from hell?
that was 2002, a year before. I don't think. I think Scott Hall was not so much him.
Right, because he
Not
wouldn't
like
have been
that.
able to make this match. He wouldn't have been able to
That
make
was
this
Scott. If
event.
anything, it would have. But Scott Hall, like I said earlier, got released. He got released. I
Okay.
think he. Yeah, but I think Kevin Nash. I want to say Kevin Nash the last year. If I'm not mistaken, I could be off. I believe he left. Yeah, he did. He had neck surgery. That's what happened. He had an injury with his quad. He had neck surgery. He had neck surgery,
Okay.
and I think he got hurt in that SummerSlam Elimination Chamber match. But because he was filming a movie called that Punisher movie. That's why his hair was short.
Right,
But
right, right,
yeah,
right.
he had lost a match against that. But his last match was SummerSlam. He had got neck surgery, and I think that was it. He didn't come back to WWE until years later. Like I said, Kevin Nash was not seen around too much longer. Yeah, if you know, all those old WCW guys phased out. Hogan, of course, Hall, Nash, Goldberg. The only one that really stuck around for the longest was Booker T of old WCW guy. You know,
True.
and Rey Mysterio, and Ray a little bit too. Rey Mysterio, Booker T. The one guys that really stuck around the longest, and of course, and Jericho, I'm not gonna count him because he came before the merger. Guys that came after the merger.
And do you think this is why Kevin Nash is just so bitter towards the newer guys? Because Kevin Nash just be so bitter towards the newer guys in their contract.
Yeah, because Kevin Nash, no, he wasn't the guy, the it guy. He was around the it guys like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, or Hulk Hogan. He was around them, but he was never the guy for a guy his size. He never was. And my thing with contract, you had a guaranteed contract at WCW. That was really his prime as far as contract goes. WCW was his prime. So I don't understand why he got mad. He had an opportunity. I think he mad because the newer generation got a bigger contract, but the times have changed, and of course, inflation has changed too. So it has to be more money. Things cost more now.
Right? Do he think he's supposed to get paid because he is part of the guaranteed contract bunch? So he think he's supposed to get paid a percentage for everybody that get a guaranteed contract? That guy Nash needs to sit down. He's
Yeah, Nash is
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, he talked about Logan, he talked about LA Knight, talked about Punk. I'm like, you had a guarantee. You don't think God? You think the guys before him, Nash, was happy when you got a guarantee contract at WCW? They weren't happy about you either.
Absolutely not. But let's move it right along. Let's move it right along on this hell in the cell journey, guys, from the past to the present. This has been a real good one, a real good. All you need to know about the history and future of WWE Bad Blood. Let's get it. Let's move it right along, guys, because next year, from 2003 to 2004, they capitalized on the Bad Blood pay-per-view again, guys. So they took a break, a hiatus in '97 to 2003, but right next year, they had another Hell in the Cell with a vicious feud. And TBK, Red Carpet Ring, can you do the honors? Because you touched on a character that was in this next feud in 2004, which was between
Okay,
Shawn Michaels and
and
Triple
Triple H.
H.
Um,
And
well,
before
one,
you start, it's kind of safe to say Triple H is king of Hell in a Cell. A lot of people say that Triple
yeah,
H is no, that's Brock Lesnar.
Undertaker
Yeah, and the
or
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Undertaker,
I would
yeah.
say Undertaker's really the king of because it makes sense for his character more, and he had the most wins. Triple H had the most wins. Brock Lesnar was a king if he had didn't leave WWE. Since he left all them years, I kind of took that from him. If anything, Brock Lesnar, you're just the king of dominating. You're
Yeah,
just king
yeah.
of dominating. Period.
No, I messed up. That Brock Lesnar, they mention him for SummerSlam. They say he the king of
Yeah, he's a
SummerSlam, but
SummerSlam
but
guy.
but we know Bret Hart got that. But in Hell in a
Right.
Cell, you right, it's the Undertaker. But I think it's
Undertaker.
Triple H.
Um, it well, Undertaker beat Triple H at Hell in a Cell WrestleMania. It was until
Good
Undertaker
point.
beat him.
Good point.
It was him. If anything, Triple H really was the king of Elimination Chamber because he had I think he still had the most wins. So I really give him more of the Elimination Chamber title.
Good point.
And also they said that Triple H helped create it. That is on record saying that he helped create it. So I would give him the Elimination Chamber king.
He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold. He's in full-on attack mode now. There's what?
Good. This is why I just color commentate. I just color commentate. But let's walk them down slow to this feud, man. How did we get
Um,
how did the feud come about before we get to the match? How did the feud between Shawn and Triple H come about?
well, remember for the history of Bad Blood, since we're talking about before I do get into it, for 2003 2004 Bad Blood, that was not a dual branded event. That was only exclusive to Monday Night Raw. If you look at back of those Bad Bloods, there were no SmackDown superstars part of it. If you was in Bad Blood back in the day, or people that you liked, they were part of Raw. It was only a Raw branded event. That's back when they had separate events. SmackDown had their own pay per view and Raw had their own. Bad Blood was exclusive to Raw only. Only exclusive to Raw. So I just want to notate that real quick.
Good point. Good point. Now
Now,
let's get it.
okay. Well, if you remember, Backlash, Shawn Michaels and Triple H were both battling for the World Heavyweight Championship. They actually battled for the world title since Shawn Michaels won it back in 2002. As Survivor Series when Shawn Michaels won. We do know that he lost to Triple H at Armageddon. Triple H had the belts. He lost to Chris Benoit. They both fought with him at WrestleMania Backlash. Long story short, we know that Chris Benoit at this time was still World Heavyweight Champion. Neither one could defeat Chris Benoit. So we know that. What happened was right after Backlash, Shawn Michaels and Chris Benoit had a match on a Raw episode of Raw, and Benoit, defeated Shawn Michaels, but it was due to interference from Triple H. Triple H screwed Shawn Michaels in that match, and Shawn Michaels had the match won. So the following week, Triple H had a match against Shelton Benjamin, but it ended in a no contest after Shawn Michaels attacked Triple H. So Shawn Michaels' storyline suspended and all that, and I think that next week was a battle royal for the number one contender facing Chris Benoit at Bad Blood. Triple H about to win the battle royal. A suspended Shawn Michaels coming. He interfered and he eliminated Triple H. And Triple H was livid. He was hot and everything. And Eric Bischoff said, and this is when him and Shawn Michaels attacked each other backstage from behind. And Benoit said, "That's enough. I'm tired of this between you two. You guys need a mad match at Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. We need to end this because you guys been going at it for a while." So that's how we got here at this match.
Another great piece of storytelling. So you telling me this match culminates all the way back to when Shawn comes back, and they had
Yep.
that.
When Shawn won the world title, pretty much, it really
Wow.
kicked off. There's always been over that world title. Um, Shawn Michaels, of course, before Benoit got involved, they had the last man standing at World Rumble that year, and it was a draw. Neither one of them could stand up, and Triple H retained, and Shawn Michaels won another shot, and Chris Benoit won the Royal Rumble, and Shawn Michaels said, I know you won the Royal Rumble, but I still want my shot, and they had a triple threat at Mania and Backlash, and that's how we got here, so they all took from there.
Wow. Now look, Tony Khan, I ain't the smartest brother in the world. And I don't own a wrestling company. But the pieces and the footprints to success is out there. It's on Peacock. Go get you a WWE subscription and watch it. Watch it. And stop letting your audience, because that's what it is. Your hardcore fan is a mark, and marks, they have short attention span, so they won't allow you to book nothing this creative and let it pan out. Seeds got to be planted like years prior to get a real good payout, to get us ultimately invested in a character and in a feud. You got to stop with the 5-star matches. But that was good stuff. Now let's get to the match. So set up the match, man, and then break down the match. Because this is another match I had to go back and watch. And I like this particular
This
match,
match is
but I
one of the
don't.
best Hell in a Cells. One of the best Hell in a Cell matches, in my opinion. One of the
I was
best Hell
about
in
to
a Cell.
say that. And can I say something else about that other match? That match with Triple H and Nash was one of the few matches, Hell in a Cell, where they stayed in the match. They
Yeah,
stayed
all
in
inside
the
the cell.
cage.
All inside the cell. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
true. Yeah. This match here, it was Shawn Michaels had some good offense, and he made Triple H bleed early, so I like that. Um, and then I like how Shawn Michaels, you know, he tried to continue the offense, and Triple H started coming back, and then Triple H hit Shawn Michaels with steel steps, and Shawn Michaels was bleeding. And I know with these two, they just kept going at it. I like how Shawn Michaels jumped off the I think he jumped off the ladder onto the that move right there onto the to the table. I like that elbow drop there. And Shawn and Triple H performed a pedigree, and it took three pedigrees to take Shawn Michaels down, bro. Three pedigrees. So he really worked. Shawn Michaels really made Triple H earn that win. Yeah, it wasn't easy. I believe that was I think that was a long match too. I think it was like 40 some minutes, bro. think 47 minutes, one of the longest Hell in a Cell matches. That match was almost an hour.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't
Good
know that.
stuff.
I like that part. And then I know I like after the match, Evolution carried him out. They helped him out because it was so brutal. And I love the story. Like Triple H, he got pedigree. You thought Shawn Michaels done it was a near fall. Then Shawn Michaels, we thought he got Triple H and it was a near fall. It was just good storytelling, man. These guys really fought to the end. That was a match right there where they fought to the end. It really was fought to the end. So I admired that match. And you knew that this ride with Shawn Michaels Triple H was over. You knew it was pretty much over. You could tell. But I loved how Shawn Michaels got some sweet chin music in, near fall. Like I said, the match was so good, Shawn Michaels got a standing ovation. I think about the audience. They gave him a standing ovation after the match was over. That's how great that
Right.
match was. Mm-hmm.
Right. Man. So we pretty much broke down the history. Now let's get to the future, guys. Let's get to the future. Cause that leads us to the feud of all feuds, guys. That leads us to the feud, the current feud between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, guys. So we all know. And if we don't, Red Carpet Ring will bring y'all to speed. How did this feud start? Take us back.
Royal Rumble this year.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk got injured his tricep, and Drew McIntyre injured CM Punk. But CM Punk eliminated Drew McIntyre from the Rumble, which he said he was going to do. And, Drew cut that great promo. I think all the time, I prayed for this and it happened. Prayed on CM Punk getting injured. And this has been going crazy from there. Drew won the world title at Mania this year. CM Punk was commentating. And when CM Punk saw Drew and Seth face out, and Drew beat Seth, was mocking CM Punk. CM Punk pulled the brace off, he tricked us, he hit Drew, and then Damien came out, cashed the contract. Drew reign was 5 minutes this year. So he made fun of Drew.
Man,
Um,
but I give you one thing, Drew on the mic, he been beast. He definitely kicked it up. Somebody told him, "Look, you're going against CM Punk, boy." But I like I like your theory, and you called it early. You said CM Punk is definitely helping him with his promo.
yeah,
CM
he
Punk
helping
is,
him because
he's right. He's helping him with his
well,
promo.
he sounds like CM Punk. When I hear Drew talk, I said, that's something CM Punk would say. And I said, CM Punk must be helping with your promos. He's probably helping you. So that's how I saw it. But yeah, he and then I liked the whole Clash at the Castle where Drew was fighting for the world title against Damien. When the ref was knocked out, CM Punk was the ref. He counted and he screwed Drew again. And it was just crazy. Then they had the SummerSlam match, Seth Rollins, special guest referee.
Man,
Punk lost, Drew won.
you was at the attack. You was at the show in Chicago when CM Punk was attacked. I like that. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, oh, you talking about the SmackDown when CM Punk returned? CM Punk returned to Chicago for SmackDown. I said, Drew McIntyre is going to show up. He's going to attack Punk, and that's exactly what he did. And I think he's going to do the same thing in NXT, which is also against in Chicago for the when CM Punk's a special guest referee. But yeah, it's just been a great story with these two all year. It's been the hottest feud all year. It's just all good things come to an end, and it's all over that bracelet. And I like what CM Punk said too. They was like, CM Punk, what's going on? He said, this man prayed for me to get injured. And he said, as long as I'm breathing, Drew would never be world champion again. That was great. That was cinema right there. That was cinema. It explains why he kept screwing Drew in all these world title matches, bro. Because you pray for this man to get injured. He said that's personal. CM Punk said we're athletes. We're all athletes at the end of the day. You pray for me to get injured? That's real brutal. That's personal, bro. So I gotta make you feel that. You gotta feel that now. That's exactly what he
Yeah,
did to Drew this whole year.
yeah, that's wicked. That's very wicked. So
Yeah, it's very
guys,
wicked.
what I've done now is I've dropped the link You can't get on the link with Safari. You got to paste it, copy and paste in your Google browser. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the current Bad Blood match card, and we just gonna give our take. Now, I mean, it's no wrong opinion. It's no right or wrong answer. We not trying to argue or debate. Please come respectfully and come with a critical thinking, open mind, see things from different perspectives. All right, this is wrestling. This is wrestling, guys. All right, but we dropped the link. So if you want to join the stream and give your opinion as we go over the card match by match and give our opinion, then do so, guys. All right, that's what we're doing now. So TBK, you want to add anything on this Drew Mack and CM Punk feud before we get into the
Uh,
overall match card?
I more likely I believe they're gonna say it's gonna main event Bad Blood, which I'm sure it will. I hope it does close out the Bad Blood, close out this feud, and close out the PLE. So hopefully it does do that.
Facts. Facts. All right. So I don't got any pictures of the match card, guys. So I'm just gonna read off the matches as I know it, as I see it. Uh TBK, do you got access to that? Because I don't even have I can't. I will have to close the graphic in order to pull up the match
I can
card.
send a. I have a photo of it. Send you a photo of it.
No, I don't. We don't need a photo. If you could just read the matches off, and then we
Yeah,
just
yeah,
go
yeah.
off of. We'll go off for your lead. We'll go off for your lead.
Yeah, we could do that. Well, first off, I just did this earlier. You know, Bianca and Jade are hosting Bad Blood, so the name is go off for that. They're hosting the show. The first match we could talk about is Liv Morgan, Women's World Champion versus Rhea Ripley. Dominic Mysterio will be in a shark cage and above the ring. So this will be the second title match they had. Remember, SummerSlam they face each other and Dom threw Rhea. So this will be the second match for the world title between Rhea and Liv.
And it's funny because everybody wanted to see Dom on a pole, Dom in a cage. Everybody was talking about a ladder match. So
Yeah,
now Dom,
and I
so we get that
and
now.
yeah, and I think that's why I did that. It wasn't gonna be a custody because they just want to make it so he couldn't help Liv retain.
Yeah, but I think I think I think Liv is gonna get some backup. I think, in my opinion, I think Liv. You know, I watch your show, so I'm cheating right now. But I think Liv, I think Liv gonna get some backup, man. I think Liv gonna get some backup in the form of a woman, and she will leave Dominique for a woman. She's gonna leave Dominique for a woman, and that woman might be Raquel Rodriguez. But you ain't hear that from me, guys. What's the next match?
The next match we have is Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, regular singles match, 1-on-1.
Man. Man, what's your take on this match, TBK, man? I'm gonna
I
go for
get
your lead on this one.
going off the history between Damian and Finn, since Finn always gets helped by Judgment Day. Damian, after losing the world title back to SummerSlam, he needs and getting attacked. I know that they won the mixed tag team match at Bash and Berlin, but like I said, that was more of a Rhea and Liv thing. Damian needs this win, so I got Damian winning that match.
I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna say Damian could win this match because Finn, you got the tag team title. Y'all not doing nothing with it, and you
Exactly.
know you don't lose nothing. You still a champ.
Okay. We could talk about Nia Jax, the WWE Women's Champion, 1-on-1 versus Bailey, the previous WWE Women's Champion that she beat for that title. Bailey, you know, she defeated Naomi on SmackDown for a number one contendership match, and now Bailey finally gets her 1-on-1 rematch. Now I talked about this earlier. Nia will retain. Tiffany will help her, but Tiffany might cash in that night or tease it or definitely show it. Because I just got a feeling that if she don't cash in at Bad Blood, they want to hold on to that contract a little bit longer. A little bit longer.
Yeah, it's a toss up on this one. This one, I'm going to sit back with my popcorn. I don't know if she's going to do it just yet.
I don't think
But
she will because we see this with the women's money back contract. They win in what July, and it's like they cannot hold on to no longer than 2 months. Like, can we have someone hold on for at least 3 months? We seen with the previous two winners. Last year, Io Sky, and the year before that, Liv Morgan. Didn't hold on to it for long. The longest to this day is Carmella. So if we get that again, just hold on
I
for
mean,
a few months.
how long has Tiffany had it?
She won it since July. So what do we in late September? Almost 3 months. Almost 3 months. We're coming on 3 months.
All right. So she might be able to hold. She might be able to break it. Hopefully
She
she
might.
don't. She don't wait. Hopefully she don't waste it, because the predictions still say that the young ones is gonna waste it.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. So we gotta see what's gonna happen with that. But I don't see Bailey regaining the title though. I will say that. I don't see that happening. Do not
That
see
was
that happening.
that was my next question for this match.
No.
Is she who is she taking it? Is she taking it from off Naya, or is she taking it off the winner?
If anything, she will be in chase for the women's championship. She'll be a chase for it, but I just don't see her. I just don't see her winning it. Remember, Bailey just had the title. She just had it. Why
No,
put it back on?
right, right. But I mean, she could win it, but still lose it
That's
if
a possibility. But my issue with that, we just did that last year. Last year SummerSlam, it was a triple threat. If you remember, Bianca, Charlotte, and Oscar, who was champion. Now, during that triple threat, Bianca defeated Oscar and she won the women's championship. What happened? Io Sky cashed right after that. We just saw that episode last year. I don't
that's
want to see that
true.
2 years in a row. I don't want to see that 2 years in a row. And Bianca holds the record for shortest reign and longest reign of that same championship. So I don't want to see that again. I
That's
wouldn't.
true.
Yeah, so that's my pushback on that. Do we do that? Do we go that way again or no?
Nah,
That's my
nah,
yeah.
nah,
Nada.
nah, nah.
I don't want to see that again. So it's a great theory, but we just saw that. Like I said, if you remember, Bianca won that championship right before Io Sky cashed it in. Oscar did not retain that title at SummerSlam last year. She lost
You're
it.
right. You're right.
So that's why I said, Bailey. And Bailey, you just won it? Just had it at WrestleMania? And you won the Royal Rumble this year? Nah, you won a lot this year. I don't want to see that again. At least that's how I would do it.
No doubt. What's next?
Um, well, we have Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns teaming up for the first time. Tag team match versus Bloodline, which is Solo and Jacob Fatu tag team match. Roman and Cody had that great cinema segment last week on SmackDown. They promised to watch each other's back, but Roman let Cody know, I'm coming. I'm still going to, spin a block for that WWE Championship. That's not over with. I'll just help you this time. I think this is going to be a good matchup. I got Cody and Roman winning. However, one of those two are going to attack each other after the match. Kind of shades of Survivor Series 2011. Rock and Cena, Never Before, Never Again, where Rock bottom Cena after winning the match against Awesome Truth. I kind of see the same scenario with these two. I don't think they're going to walk away clean. Either Cody gets a spear by Roman, or Cody gives a crossroads to Roman.
Ah man, this one got bad guys written all over it. This is the bad guys type of match, right? This got the bad guys. They got more chemistry than Roman and And traditionally,
Cody was
the super good guy team traditionally loses. You
at
know what I mean?
Bad Blood.
They they
Um,
they
they do.
traditionally lose. Yeah, I mean when Hogan and Warrior teamed up against Earthquake and what's that Tugboat, they lost. Look at Macho, and when Macho and Hogan teamed up, they lost. You know what I mean? They won at the SummerSlam against Zeus and I mean Andre the Giant and Million Dollar Man because of Elizabeth, but traditionally they lose. They lost that one at main event, Saturday night main event, where Elizabeth got carried out of there by Hulk Hogan, and then Hulk Hogan got jumped in the background because that's how it normally goes. You know what I mean? I think you keep Roman and Cody away from each other, bro. You keep them away from each other until we get Cody against Randy Orton and The Rock versus Roman. Once they settle those side beefs right there, then they can focus on dominating the show. Who's the best? Who's the biggest good? Who's the biggest face for the show? I mean, that's in my opinion, y'all. You know what I
That's a
mean?
good
'Cause
theory. That's a good theory. The only reason I had Roman and Cody winning because Bloodline's been winning everything. I mean, they are tag team champions.
bro, when they were losing, right?
Hmm.
What were we? They look weak. They look weak. So we been we
Not if they lose
benched.
every match. Not if
We
they lose
we
every match in that week.
they
That's
used
not
to.
true.
They were
No.
like because remember Solo
Yeah.
because the bloodline was represented by Solo, not so much them as a team. They just
Okay.
really accommodated as a team, but Solo was losing and then it trickled down to these guys look weak. Them other two dudes, other than Jacob and Solo, if they lose, then it's a wrap. Cause we already looking at them other two dudes like, well, who is them? So they need to keep winning and keep looking strong and keep looking strong because you don't really Roman and Cody do not need a tag team win because they're individual stars. You know what I mean? So they don't need a tag team win over a legitimate tag team. Isn't they the tag team champions?
The Bloodline is the tag team champions. Yes.
Facts. So yeah, nah, you can't do that. You gotta let the tag team. To me, you gotta let the tag team champions rock out.
But
But
see,
you get
they don't hold
and
the belt. That's
right.
the other guy, Tomatonga and Tonga. And
But no, they do the free bird. Don't they get the free bird rule?
now I don't know what Solo part of it. Maybe Jacob, because Jacob told didn't Solo tell Jacob, "I want you to be my enforcer. Don't worry about the tag team belt." And handed the belt over.
That is
I'm
true.
confused on that part.
That is true. That is true. Tis true. Tis true. I ain't forget that part. I almost did, but nope. Good catch. Good catch. You did. You right.
Yeah, so that's why I'm confused. And it makes sense because he's in this match. He needs to be a enforcer. And I said that Jacob's going to be the star in this match. Jacob's going to be the star of this whole match. It ain't going to
Yeah.
be Cody or Roman. It's going to be Jacob. Jacob
Yeah.
going to dominate.
It's
And,
gonna be a
and I'll
lot
say,
of it's gonna
hmm?
be a lot of mishits, like almost clothesline. Cody almost clothesline. Roman almost
Yeah,
clothesline.
true.
Almost super punch. It's gonna be a lot of that and miscalculations. That's what's gonna happen.
It sucks for
Cody
Cody
will
because
take the pin. Cody
he
gonna
always
take the
lose
pin.
tag matches. He lost tag at WrestleMania Night 1 with Seth. He always lose tag matches at PLEs.
Exactly. Don't be surprised if Roman joins the bloodline back. Roman joins this variation of the bloodline. He actually turned on Cody, and Cody be left in that ring with all of them: Roman, Solo, and Jacob.
Whoa. Wait a minute. So after them attacking Roman, put him through a table not too long ago, he got beat up by the whole new bloodline.
That was his
Like you said,
punishment. That was his punishment for losing that mania, boy.
I saw his
He
punch.
gotta respect that.
I thought his punishment was like he said, you took Jimmy and the Wiseman from me. I thought that already was punishment. He said you already took everything from me, so I
Yo,
thought that was
yeah,
punishment enough.
that makes sense. That makes sense, TBK, but think about it. Everybody lost at Mania, so everybody got to face their individual consequence. Jimmy lost to his bro, so he had to
Yeah,
face that. Jimmy lost
yeah,
to Jay. Know what I mean? Wise Man lost because Roman lost.
yeah.
Know what I mean? Solo the only one ain't lose at Mania.
So they have a match either. He didn't have a match either.
that oh well, he ain't lose.
He lost every other match though, a
He lost
solo
every
match.
other.
Yeah, the last time he won was what without cheating with John Cena at Crown Jewel. But I mean, I don't know if that would make sense having him rejoin them. So you think Roman is going to sit back and take a back and let Solo run the show, even though now we can say that now you said that
Solo
Roman
gonna
got
fall in
packed.
line. Solo gonna fall in line,
Yeah,
man.
because Solo
So
hasn't won anything. He lost. Yeah, remember Roman cost Solo. He interfered in Solo's match at SummerSlam. I was trying to see how that would work. Like, dude, you just interfered in my match. You Superman punched me and speared me. I can't even beat Cody because of you.
so
And
how
now
can
we
you?
know the thing.
But how can you cry at that when you tried to take me out? You turned on me, bro. Like I mean, I'm gonna come back and just be cool with you and shake your hand, like, bro. You knew what I was gonna do. Now we even, like,
Well, I guess it makes sense now.
cause
Cody
we
has any allies.
family. You gotta remember, it's
Allies.
bloodline. Yeah,
Yes,
bad
it's
blood.
allies. Cody has no allies.
Right.
Well, my thing with Arn Anderson saying, Cody, you got a couple friends. Where are they at? Where are these
KO.
friends that?
KO.
And yeah, because it ain't gonna be Orton. It's not gonna be Orton. It's definitely not gonna be Randy Orton. That's gonna be the next challenger.
KO already on it, boy.
You know what happened too? Now you say that, that might be the reason why Randy Orton flips like, dude, you teamed up with Roman. That's the enemy. That might be the reason why the heel turn happens. Like, we mad at you. Think
Ooh.
about it. Why would you team up with Roman of all people? Why
That's
would
a
you agree
fact,
to that?
though.
Why
Nah,
would you agree to this crap? This
that's
is
probably why
Roman.
KO is. That's
That's why
exactly
KO's
why
hot.
KO. That's
Yeah.
exactly why KO is not
Yeah,
feeling
KO's
it.
like, you're teaming up with our biggest enemy. That's like the Hatfield and McCoys. We the Hatfields, you going to McCoys? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, why are you going over there? Why would you team with him, and why would you agree to this match? In other words, for Kevin Owens and Randy Orton on their side, they're like, dude, this is really disrespectful, bro. We fought wars against these guys, and you're teaming with him? It was just a one-off match. It doesn't matter. You teamed up with this guy.
Facts. Facts.
And then
Facts. Facts.
Kevin Owens could say, "How'd you feel about team with Roman? How'd you feel with Randy team with Roman? You wouldn't like that either, would you, Cody?" So they kind of got a reason, and I think that sets up not just for Roman and Cody to be great allies. It sets up for a turn. Like, Cody, I got a reason to turn on you. You teamed up with Roman. I don't care if it was one time. You teamed up with this guy. How?
Right.
And two, Roman, and the thing about two, Roman didn't ask you to team with him, Cody. You took it upon yourself to do it. Remember, Cody said, "I'm done with the bloodline. I'm sick of it. Roman doing his own." Then you turn around and said, "Give me the contract. I'm going to sign." Like, dude, you took it upon yourself to team with this dude. He didn't want your help. He said he didn't need your help.
Absolutely true. All true. But
Yeah,
yo,
so
we gonna go on and wrap this thing on up, guys. We gonna go on and wrap this thing on up. For those of you that stuck around, y'all got some spoilers and y'all got some things to make you go some things to make you think. You know what I mean, guys? So I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Um, Toxic Ring, Toxic Ring, Red Carpet. Do you want to add anything?
I can't wait till Saturday to see what unfolds. That's all I got to say. Can't wait Saturday in Bad Blood.
Facts. And yeah, do go check out the reaction that he got. Can you market your channel real quick, bro?
Yeah, Red Carpet Rain on YouTube. We talk about the PLEs, the Raw, SmackDowns, NXTs, Bad Blood. I just did a prediction. Check that out. Top Ring Scandal. That's AKA KDH. Scandals and relationships on that channel. Just posted a video earlier too. And then for the fans that are into women's wrestling, you can check out Pink Squared Circle. That's all women's wrestling content, past, present, and future. Greatly appreciate it. Salute to the chat.
Facts, guys. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, and I'll see y'all next time, guys. All right now.